Beautiful human beings, welcome to the After Hours Gaming League. And if you're thinking I'm not beautiful, you're totally wrong. You look fine. We see the IBM BTeam currently up 2-1 versus Qualcomm as we're going into our game number 4. The map is going to be on Yunsu. We are at match point. The team that is currently up 2-1, represented by Variance. Excuse me. Wait, the team that is up 2-1, IBM is represented by Variance! Ah, my inflection brought me down there, up in the top right-hand corner from Team Qualcomm. It is literally a leaf. Now, it looks like Leaf is going to straight up, pylon at his front, intending to expand asapidly. Variance just getting himself up the, well, you know, he's getting himself up drones. Now, as is the case in every match 4, we are currently at match point. IBM needs to win only this game, but Qualcomm's gotta win too. The gruesome reality setting in for both these two teams. The pressure's on for IBM, even more pressure's on for Qualcomm. And whoever wins this game gets the infamous Day 9 no prize. And of course advances to the 3-2 position with that ever so juicy playoff spot within their reach. Variance moving up to the top side. Scouting a little bit himself. Yunsu is a map that favors a lot of blink and force field play due to the lot of high-low ground alternations. Absolutely fantastic position to do those sorts of assaults early on. I love the fact that Leaf has essentially elected to go for a Nexus first here, but oh, it looks like Variance doesn't want to let him. Variance is going to let him. Leaf expands directly in front of this drone, who wants to make sure that there is no power in this area. And he gets out of there. 3 hit points remain. He's going to take a kind of cutesy path back to make sure the original scouting probe doesn't kill him off. In the meantime, Variance has gotten himself up another hatchery. No third hatch yet. No deviation to gas at this point. So it's looking like a very, very normal kind of game. Leaf feels comfortable enough to throw down his gateway right away. I don't think he's going to be comfortable enough to throw down his extractors first. Probably going to throw down that cannon immediately. But the big concern for Zerg is to be able to secure 3 bases comfortably against gateway attacks. In particular, delayed gateway attacks, such as those blink ones. That is really the truly hardest stuff to deal with on this map. Especially because this join between the 2 bases is hard to take down. The Destructible Rocks have 3 armor, which means that the early lings you get aren't really going to take it down quickly, and you want those early lings scouting all around the map trying to find something hidden. Variance is taking this expansion. Now, this is very unusual for a Zerg player to do. Can be a little bit nice to defend early on with these very straightforward high ground chokes, but once Colossus make an appearance, oh baby, Colossus just roast them drones so hard. So hard. So, truth be told, Variance has got to get the aggression tuned up big in the mid-game, because the only way that he can defend this base is if he has this whole region secured with units. Early lings from Variance just being so on point, scouting out absolutely everything. It's really going to be up to Leaf's nice timing build if he wants to be able to deal much damage. So we see the Cybernetics core finishing up. It's finishing up at just the right time, right around 5:30, so any early tech does have that opportunity to pop out. Now, here's an unusual decision to go straight for the Mothership core. Generally, we see a player do this when the goal is to go for a 1-gate expand. Let's see if we do wind up seeing that. 1 gate, expand to a 3rd. Pretty strong. A little bit tricky to defend against, but as long as you do things like get yourself up a fast +1 attack upgrade, you're in really good shape. 1 Stalker out, 2nd Stalker being chrono boosted. Now, this could reveal the intentions to go for a gateway-focused attack, which I like a lot. Actually, a Stalker-focused attack I like quite a lot, because there's no speed yet. Looks like we will be seeing 3 gateways pop down, potentially. Chrono boosting out the Stalkers, a very, very unusual choice. No, we see the 2 Gas Geysers go down. It's really gotta be a third base right now for Leaf. Anything else would just be, I think it'd be a little bit dangerously weak. Leaf advancing forward. Gonna use some nice Stalker Micro to join his ranged forces together. And suddenly Variance is getting to feel the pain of having no speedy lings. Now, you know what would be really cool is if you could cast Photon Overcharge on Zerg structures, huh? Yeah, now you're thinking with portals. Some cool kiting micro. Ooh, I'm not a big fan of this. The Nexus needs to go down. It needs to go down. Speaking of going down, I think this set of lings is going to be going down soon as well. Not a lot has been lost yet for the Protoss, and huge losses are stockpiling up for our Zerg player. And, I gotta say, Leaf is really scaring me with these choices. He's getting gateways up. Now that's very late gates, and there's no +1 attack. Suddenly, our Protoss players put him in a position where not only is his timing going to be weaker because there's no +1 attack, but he doesn't have his expansion up. He doesn't really have an economic fallback plan. He's done some harassment. He's going for Phoenixes, which will allow him to deal damage against the Queens. Currently, it's even worker count. I mean, is Leaf going to be going for an expansion here now? I mean, that would be a very unusual choice. He has a lot of Chrono Boost saved up. He's pulled back everything. Absolutely everything. And Variance just has 2 in each Gas Geyser, not committing too hard to that. +1 armor, a well-rounded choice, but now Zerg's finally getting some breathing room. Now Zerg can do things like begin to morph himself in. Some transitions into that juicy Hydra Swarm Host play. But looks like Leaf has aggression on his mind. Sending the Phoenix through, he sees that there's really no other big transition coming up. It's just going to be another straight push at the front. Where's he going? No! Oh, IBM, oh! Ripping everything to shreds, Qualcomm's Leaf in just the most heinous of position. This is going very, very poorly for Leaf. And it looks like transition to Void Ray. Leaf is basically saying, you know what? I'm never going to be able to get an expansion up. I don't even want your stinking expansion. I'm just going to go Void Ray Stalker. And we see Variance. Perfect choice to get Lings here. A lot of players want to back up and try to get themselves oodles of roaches. But no, great read from Variance, picking it all down. Now you see the Swarm Host beginning to die. Oh my god. Slam dunk defense. Leaf's going to get the Robo Facility, and I think this just has to be for Observers. I think he's going to kind of accidentally get a third base up here. I mean, IBM is looking great. Looking very strong. +1 armor coming up. The Twilight Council's behind. The Robo Facility's behind. The Stargate was a little bit delayed, so there's... Is that really only 1 Void Ray? And there's a pair of Phoenixes? Here's one at the far left side. The other one's just... Spot and Swarm Host. This is not an attack. Oh, Variance. Excuse me, guys. We're actually going to be dead in like maybe 3 or 4 seconds, so if you could just step out of the way, we'd appreciate... Oh, God. Well, that's okay. Observer now coming up for Leaf. He's getting himself the Colossus Den, which is not a thing, but it's totally what I'm going to call it. We see that the Void Ray is also getting constructed, and that the helicopters that are here to fight crime in my neighborhood have also arrived directly outside my window. The Swarm Hosts are going, hey, look at me, I'm a force field at the front. But their costumes were in fact so bad that they were shot dead on the spot. Changeling's going to join in. Monitor what's up, sneaking to the main base before death. A little concerned that Swarm Host count is not as significant. It's not as big. Oh my god, the Locusts. The Locusts are going the wrong way. Leaf! Leaf! Oh, Leaf. Leaf has snuck around to the other side. He's charged up, and Swarm Host dies so quickly and moves so slowly. Same pace as an unspeed upgraded Zealot. Another one falls, but now that the Hydralisk reinforcement is there to stay, it looks like there has been somewhat of a stabilization. The Zerg has the lead in the supply count. More gateways coming up on down. Colossus. Oh. Gruesimity. Variance. Target fires. Begins to deal damage. Will Variance take it out? It looks like the answer is going to be probably no. But probably no. Still might be yes. Gets down to 100. No. He doesn't manage to take it down. In the meantime, we see a couple of extractors getting built with no base anywhere in sight. Oh my god, counterattacking zealots from Leaf. Pretty nicely timed, but of course, everything is still locked up nice and tight at the front. So our Zerg player Variance is going to be able to withstand that assault pretty straightforwardly. The Locusts are continuing to trundle their way forward. Attack that gateway that's at the front, maybe pick off a few units. Dealing a lot of damage before dying. And in a pretty good position too, Watchtower holds means that these swarm hosts don't really run the risk of getting killed by anything. Variance just really has got to kill this pylon, and finally he's going to get the opportunity to do it. Nice pull, distracting these Locusts, drawing them away from the key buildings. My goodness, the gateway count for Leaf is starting to grow. It's starting to rise, and we've seen those counterattacks deal a lot of damage, +2. On the Forge, it looks like Leaf has opted not to research anything from the front because those Locusts are dealing a lot of damage. The Locusts are just going to pop up top. And Swarm Hosts are pulling back. I mean, Swarm Hosts have to continue to get built in large numbers. Lings. I really want to kill that off. Corruptors are coming up. Hive. I mean, the really scary thing that's happening right now for Leaf is that the Death Army's getting built for Zerg. And you know the Death Army I'm talking about. The one that consists of only Locusts. Oh no, this is the wrong angle rally. They need to be rallied to this right side to continue to push the army back. That's the scare that you want to avoid, the Locusts not blocking the enemy army's movement. They're going to go around to the wrong side. Leaf, if he just swings right hard, is going to be able to dodge everything. Everything. Dark Templar coming up. Variance has his bottom base, is transferring workers there now. Zerglings begin to step up. Continuing to monitor that third base positioning. Oh. You see a Warp Prism for Leaf. The big counterattacks. They could be quite big right now. This might be exactly what he's looking for. I mean, how many gateways does he have? 12? That's an awful lot of gateways. Wow, Ling's got deep into the main base. But at the same time, Variance has no idea that that is up yet. Locusts continue to pile up in the front. How much are they going to kill? Wow, 10 workers killed off. Yuck. Alright, let's see what Leaf's got. Let's see what he's got. Is he going to wait for the Dark Shrine before he warps in? That would be kind of dirty. Gateway. Continue to take a little bit of damage. Not a lot. A little bit at a time. That's all it takes. Some Zealots. Oh. 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 Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 and the Zealots move in, and the Dark Templar getting warped in on the backside would be gigantic, but even so, the Hydra Den is the immediate target. That's going to fall down. Some transfuses, not even going to give it the chance to get saved. And where are the DTs at? Where are the DTs at? Dark Templar have been morphed in somewhere. It's unclear where they are. Here they are. They got morphed in at the front. Oh, excuse me, guys. Don't mind me. Excuse me. Excuse me. I know you can see us. Super excuse me right now. The bottom base does have a Spore Crawler edit. Oh, I think missing a big opportunity to warp in DTs into the main base. Do a little bit of points of pain. Belief is trying to go deep with the DTs. But the defenses are just too everywhere. We'll be able to take out a single base. The front line of Locusts still really not particularly terrifying. Down she goes. Ultra Cavern, Greater Spire, Hydralisk Den being rebuilt. I mean, Variance is in just fine position. This is going to have to be a big, big push. The Locusts! The Locusts! Swarm Hosts are in the wrong position! They're going to take some serious damage. Where are the Corruptors going? Oh no, this could be the disorganization that Leaf's been looking for. He's been fighting for an opportunity to get into a good angle. Oh, variance, variance, variance. Starting to see variance. Waltz his way up to that vulnerable top base. Oh, the Warpins. The Warpins are huge. What a great attack by Leaf. Variance is just stuck on the worst possible angle. He cannot get those Locusts to engage properly. The Hydralisk ripping down the front line of everything. Corruptors targeting. Time Warp slowing it all down. The battle taking place across multiple screens. Corruptors, though they'll be able to remove those Void Rays. I mean, the Colossus count is still very high, and never mind Void Rays counter Corruptors, or maybe it's the other way. No one really knows. It just depends on the charge-up time. In the main base, in the meantime, Leaf just ripping things apart right now. So Leaf, Leafy, Leafy, Leaf. With his Colossus in an excellent position. With those 12 gateways warping in, we're starting to see the lines of Locusts not even really get to engage. The War Prism's even flying over, getting just wailed on by those Spore Crawlers, but you know what? It doesn't even matter. It's not a big deal. The engagement of Hydra's, Locusts, the swarm of Protoss units, too much for the Zerg swarm itself. And Variance, oh my god, is losing his main. I mean, Leaf has just eviscerated everything. He's even expanding to the weirdest location on the map. The Qualcomm Protoss, with a little bit of a bumpy start, had good micro, didn't have good follow-through in the mid-game, but pulled it together late for some crushing blows through the front lines, which means we may very well be headed into the ace match, unless this volley of Locust can do it. But without a sprint upgrade, yuckity, yuckity, ew. Down everything will go. GG. Wow. Unbelievable. Just an incredibly nice finish by Leaf with the Warp Prism attack, with the assault at the front, avoiding every one of those Locust volleys, meaning that we are tied up 2-2. Team Qualcomm, you did it. You got yourself the win. Welcome to the ace match. Let's go to a break right away so that we may instantly begin Game 5 of Week 5's match of IBM versus Qualcomm.